If you've been on YouTube long enough, you might have heard of a short horror video called No Through Road. It's one of those pieces of early internet horror that felt very real. The kind of video that spreads quietly, not because of shock value, but because of the feeling it left behind. Uploaded in 2009, the video begins with a message. On December 15th, 2008, 4 17-year-old boys from Stevenage were reported missing by their families on December 17th. Their bodies were found at Broomhall Farm, 10 miles outside of Stevenage, in the car they had been driving. And the residence was thought to have been long abandoned, though upon investigation, the police found signs of recent inhabitants. The footage was found on the camcorder in the car and was released in hopes of aiding the investigation. The footage begins with the camera's owner, Steven, filming a drive back home with his friends. He jokes and chats with them as they make their way through the quiet streets, the camera capturing it all in a casual, handheld style. At one point, Steven sets the camera down and adjusts it, and we see the first of several strange glitches in the footage.
It doesn't actually take many, except I can't just wait for time.
This glitch shows other footage saved on the camera, cutting to a scene of Steven strumming a guitar alone in his room. A brief, almost dreamlike interruption that feels out of place in the otherwise no more drive. Steven and the others continue joking and filming as the drive goes on. At one point, he points the camera out the windshield, capturing the road ahead. Soon the car approaches a tunnel. A sign reads Broomhall Farm, private road, and beneath it, another says No Through Road, the British equivalent of a dead end. Steven mentions that he's seen the name Broomhall Farm on the news, though he can't remember the details. The driver named Ollie seems interested in going down the tunnel. After Steven voices his objections, they decide to continue and head home. After driving for some time, the group realizes they have no idea where they are. Ollie pulls the car over. It's been over an hour of driving. James' GPS has stopped working and all their phones have died. While outside the car, the group discovers a perfectly preserved dead rabbit. The others would get back in, but Steven steps out to check the road ahead. In the distance, he seems to see something, then runs back into the car, screaming at Ollie to start driving immediately. The footage glitches briefly to another scene of Steven and a friend playing with the funhouse mirror-like reflection on the camera. Another strange interruption. As they continue, Steven explains he saw a masked man in the distance. Soon after, Ollie remarks that every corner of the road feels the same. Moments later, they come across the same Barrington-Wadden sign that they had passed earlier, despite not making any turns. Confused, the group pulls over and argues about how it's possible to encounter the same sign twice. Steven eventually turns the camera off in frustration. Unknown to them, the group has trapped themselves in a time loop, likely caused by driving past the No Through Road sign and entering the tunnel at the beginning of the footage. When recording resumes, they see the Barrington-Wadden sign a third time. Confusion and panic begin to set in. Steven gets out to confirm it's the same sign. It is. They continue driving and turn on the radio, only to hear an unsettling loop of the song First Lover by Gillian Welch, an American singer and songwriter, adding an almost surreal layer to the disorientation.
You put the radio on?
Yeah, but might as well. Hang on a sec, I can't get the seatbelt.
What is this? Oh, it's like the scariest thing ever. What station was that?
Eventually, they manage to breach a main road and seem to escape the time loop, but it doesn't last. It was all like a false sense of safety. When Ollie turns the headlights off and back on, the car is suddenly back at the tunnel. Confused and terrified, the group realizes the loop is unbreakable, and in that moment, a masked figure appears in the distance. What happens next? You'll just have to watch and see.
Bloody nice.
What? Beans. Cool.
The ending was the most emotional part of the video, their deaths being played in between the glitches of video of them being kids. It's absolutely chilling. It's presumed everybody was murdered, but there is more to the story. No Through Road was created by Stephen Chamberlain and uploaded to YouTube in 2009. It was based on a time loop concept that was developed by Stephen himself. The video was inspired by several sources, most notably the Blair Witch Project from 1999, David Lynch films like Inland Empire from 2006, and The Strangers from 2008, which contributes a sample of Gillian Roach's song My First Lover, as mentioned earlier. At the time, online horror was just beginning to find its footing. Channels were small, and horror content often relied on raw, realistic footage, what we now call analog horror. Chamberlain's video stood out because it captured something that felt almost real. There was no monsters or jump scares, just everyday people driving at night, and yet, the way the road looped endlessly, the glitches in the footage, and the glimpses of the masked figure create a lingering unease. The simplicity of the setup, combined with the natural dialogue and handheld camera, made viewers question what they were seeing. No Through Road didn't just scare people, it unsettled them in a quiet, subtle way. And it's why the video still echoes online 16 years later. If you guys like to read more about the production, background, or more on the ending, it's all widely available online. Not only that, but this is actually just the first video of a short web series stretching from 2009 to 2012. If you found this video interesting, I highly recommend you watch the original video and the rest of the series, with tons of information waiting to be explored.